Good evening, students. Welcome in Sanjeevani Education Group. Today's English lecture. Students, before going to our next topic, I've just make a recap of last lecture. In a last lecture, we learn about articles. It is a basic English. As I said before, as I told you before that we are just making a revise of first grammar, basic grammar. So first part, article, we finished in last lecture. If any doubt about the article, you can ask me anytime on a group. So today's topic I have selected, that is noun and pronouns. Yes, I know. These are already you learned in previous years. But we are going to our advanced knowledge about the same topic. So in this topic, we will understand how to identify and types and forms of nouns and pronouns, function in the sentence, how the noun and pronouns work in the function, work in the sentence. So it is function on the sentence. Okay. So let's continue to our topic. So what is noun? What is noun? You already know about that, and you get the definition in about noun are the naming words. Let's continue with the new ideas and new definition. The parts of speech that is used to name a person, place, thing, quality, or action, and it is also known as naming words. So name of each person, place, things, and action. So in can function means noun can function as a subject or object of a verb, the object of preposition, or an appositive means opposition, using two nouns phrases together, that is the poet Tennyson or Matt Damon, the acclaimed actor. So both you can find out the poet Tennyson as the name. The poet is a common noun and Tennyson is the proper noun. So both noun they are included in a same sentence. It can be happen. They function as a subject and also an object. Both are working in a same sentence. So as I said, we will get the advanced knowledge about deep knowledge about the noun. So can you clear it? The noun is used to name the things, person, place. Okay, and also it can function as a subject or object of verb. Means what kind of action is going on in this sentence, they can, the subject or object both can be noun. Okay. Now pronoun. We are discussing both simultaneously, noun and pronoun, because we need to understand the things what are it is in actually in a concept of noun and pronoun. So you already get the definition, clear definition about noun. Now continue with the pronoun. As I said before, pronoun is the word which are used instead of noun. Any number of small class of words found in many languages that are used as replacement or substitutes for noun and noun phrases, and that have a very general reference. So as we know, pronouns are the examples I, you, he, this, who, what. Okay, these are the members of small class of words which are used instead of noun. So again we continue with the types of noun. We discuss both topic parallelly. Okay. So now as we see the definition of noun, let's continue with the types of noun. You already know about there are 5 types of noun. Proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material noun, abstract noun. But apart from these, we are discussing here most important and most usable nouns, that is proper and common noun. They are divided into 2 groups. Noun are mostly noun proper and common noun again divided into 2, means counting noun, countable noun, non countable noun. And again as you see, count Countable noun are also divided into concrete and abstract. Noun count also divide concrete and abstract. Dear students, concrete means a capable of being perceived by the senses, not abstract or imaginary. For example, tree means generally we know that concrete means the things which are touchable and seeing with the eyes, our own eyes, and abstract not representing a or imitating external reality. Okay, they are, as you know, that abstract are feelings. They can't see by our eyes, but we can realize it. We feel that things. So both countable noun and non-countable noun are divided into concrete and abstract. Okay. Now we will get details about the proper noun. Proper noun are in capital letter, rarely in plural letter, don't usually use a determiner. As you know about determinants are A and D. So A and D are the determinants, and before the proper noun we not use determinants. Can be more than one word, or as example I give you a London, George, Tuesday, The Hague, then King's College. So here are the proper nouns. London is a proper name of the place. So we can use rarely plural form. Their proper noun are not written in a plural forms. So George, they are proper nouns. We not use before the name George, a or the, but before the place when they are specific. Again, in article we already learned that. Make it recall it again. When we are using the, they use before the specific or particular thing. That's why before the name of the place, means London, we use the, but we are not using any A and the before George, Tuesday. Okay, here again the Hague. Hague is a place, is a capital of a country. That's why we use the name before the. King's College. So these are some proper nouns. Don't use a or the, and can be more than one word. Can be like a King's College is a full proper noun, but they are two words. Still they are proper nouns. Count nouns means countable nouns. In countable nouns there are individual countable entities are included. So example, book, books, egg, eggs, horse, horses. Can't stand alone as a singular means when countable noun is there, they can't stand at a one single because they are many. That's why they are countable. Okay, book is nice. So we can use before book as a noun a or the. A book is nice, or the book is nice. We can mention it in a count nouns. Okay. The next is there are two more nouns are there, non-countable nouns. Okay. Which nouns are non-countable? They are in a mass, or maybe they can't be count. Like a butter. Butter is having some mass, but we can't count it. Okay, these are non-countable nouns. Butter, music, advice, they are non-countable. For example, love of mother's love. Okay, love, it is not countable. They can be realized. Okay, so don't allow a plural. Here we can't use in non-countable. They are non-countable, but still we are not using in a plural form. Use same or the. Okay, before. Can be used with the bit or piece or a special collective term. So non-countable are mostly came under the collective nouns because they are in a bunch. but they are not mentioned in the plural form. That's why we use in a special thing, special collective term, that is a stock of foxes and a school of fishes, bunch of papers. Okay, so these kind of collective terms are used in noun countable nouns. Non countable nouns. Some nouns can be count or non count depending on the meaning. When we heard about any noun, we can't mention it is countable and non countable, but after knowing the meaning of that noun, we can understand it is countable or non countable. For example, would you like a cake? So here cake is a noun, but count, it is not countable. A piece of cake, we can count it the piece in the form of piece, but as a cake, I like cake, it is not mentioned the how many which kind of cake is there, how many pieces are there, not mentioned. The cake is both countable and non countable. Okay, now next types of noun. Both count and non countable noun can be concrete and abstract noun. Again, why it is mentioned? As you see, they are divided into two forms, proper and common. And common they are divided into countable and non-countable. And non-countable also divided into concrete and abstract. And countable also divided into again concrete and abstract. So here they are mentioning about both count and non count. Noun can be concrete or abstract noun. So as I told you before, concrete means the capable of being perceived by the senses, means these the things which can see by the eyes, touch by our senses, by our skin, by our hand. These are concrete. So concrete something can be observed or measured. Example, book, car, elephant, butter. As you know, people, students, book we can give information about that, or maybe we can describe this easily. Book is very this is the book is nice. Okay, the book is so big, it has too many pages, so we can describe it because it can be measured, we can observe. So how many papers are there in a book? Car, nice colored car, nice nice facility in this car, so we can observe or measure. Elephant, a huge elephant, a big elephant, we can observe or measure. Then butter, so butter can also be not measured, it is a mass. Okay, it has mass. Then next continue with abstract. Abstract something unobservable, as I cleared it before to you, not representing or imitating external reality. We can't see by your eyes, but we can realize it, feel it. Okay. Example, difficulty, idea, certainty. As I know you explained you before, mother's love, it is an abstract noun. Okay. Some nouns are between the two, means both in a concrete and abstract. Example, structure, version, music. So we can select the songs. When we want to hear the songs, we can select the particular song and just listen again and again. But actually music is a abstract thing. We can't see the things, but we can realize, and also we can select the songs by selecting any song. So it is both, in a both concern, they are concrete and abstract, both are there. They permit either interpretation, as I interpreted about the music. Okay, they can interpret it. So there are types of noun which are first divided into proper and common. Common are divided into non-countable and countable, and both countable and non-countable again divided into concrete and abstract. So, did you clear about that noun? Okay. Now continue with pronoun. There are types of pronoun. As I told you before that pronoun means the words which are in use instead of noun. Pronouns, the word that can take the place or a noun phrase or several noun phrases at the same time. Okay. So main types of pronouns are personal pronouns, reflexive pronouns, possessive pronouns. Okay. So personal pronoun, as you see, I, you, he, she, it, we, they. They mentioned about the person. They mentioned about the self in a personal pronouns. Reflexive pronoun end in a self and myself, themselves. They are reflexive, means they are possessive about the things which are belongs to us. End of the self, slaves, myself, themselves can affect a noun or pronoun. Okay, myself, these are reflexive pronoun. And possessive pronoun, the showing the ownership, belongingness, my, yours, mine, myself. So there, her, his, they are possessive pronoun. So there are slight difference in reflexive pronoun and possessive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun, so it can reflect the noun and pronoun to the in the sentence, to showing with the ending with the self or selves. And possessive pronoun showing the ownership or belongingness, my, your, mine, their. Okay, there are slight difference. So next types of pronouns are some minor point types also there. Reciprocal pronouns, interrogative pronouns, relative pronouns, means which are discussed in last slide. They are main types of pronouns. Only 3 are there: personal pronouns, reflexive pronoun, and possessive. And these are the minor types, means they are not used mostly. So reciprocal pronoun shows the two-way relationship. Example, each other, one another. Reciprocate means we are communicate with each other, reciprocate with each other. So reciprocative pronoun shows the two-way, means one thing is there from inside, each side, both side can be showing the relationship. So each other means one side, and again two sides also, one another. And interrogative pronouns are used to ask the question in a WH word form. Okay, so who, whose, which, what, whom. These are interrogative pronoun. Relative pronoun are used to link a subordinate clause or main clause. That means when we discuss or when we take as a grammar part clause